This is the Uptick Network Stock Day Podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Penny stock news and interviews from the microcap world. Public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. With your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, we have a very exciting guest with us. He is Guy Cook. He is the CEO at Lattice Biologics Ltd. Well, they trade on the TSX under the ticker symbol LVL.V. Guy, thank you very much for coming on the show and welcome.
Thanks for having me, Everett.
Hey, give us a little background of yourself and a little background of your company. Then I want to get into some Q&A today.
Yeah, sure. I've been in the business 25 years. We sell tissue products to orthopedic surgeons and plastic surgeons and sports med surgeons. And so we sell to hospitals, and we try and make you heal better. So if you if you blow your back out and you have to have it fixed, you're going to use products like ours in the fusion. And if it takes and it works well, then you're pain free and you go back to your normal life. But sometimes, things don't work out so well. So the trick is to try and, build a better mousetrap in how you create these products. And we have some new patented technologies that we're launching. And so we're excited where this company's at. I've run a public company before. Company was called Bactrin. We had a really good run. The company came out about $100 million valuation and went to about a $400 million valuation. It traded probably between 100 and 150 market cap during most of my tenure. But I tried to retire about 3 years ago, and that didn't work out. And so the opportunity came up to acquire Lattice Biologics, and so we've been putting some new IP, some new patents into it, revamping the product mix, making them more profitable, and getting some key approvals.
First of all, I want to congratulate you guys. You just became a publicly traded company January the 4th on 2016. Can you tell my listeners a little bit about your revenues and how fast you guys have grown over here the last 6 months?
We are. I think the last quarter we reported was right about $1 million in revenues, and we are just now getting the key approvals that we need. We announced two major hospital groups, each one I think 7 or 8, or one had 16 hospitals, another one had 7 or 8 hospitals, and we're just now starting to get our surgeons using those products. We just announced this morning that we got approved in the VA hospital system as a preferred vendor.
Wow.
We have so that's 160 hospitals. So we're growing quickly. We're ramping up. We're basically doubling production right now, doubling our processing capability and throughput, and launched some new products that are really getting the attention of some of the key surgeons around the country.
So what do you see as the near-term catalyst for the stock going forward?
Yeah, really the approvals, in our business, the hospital approvals are really more valuable than the FDA approvals, and we are an FDA approved facility. We're highly regulated, but to get the approvals in the hospital systems can take, months to years to get that. And so once something like that kind of breaks free, like with the VA system we just announced today, that's a huge catalyst for our sales moving forward.
So give us, if you would, give us a perspective of how big the market is that you guys are penetrating, and where do you see you guys maybe in the fourth quarter and first quarter of 2017?
Yeah, so we have about a $3 billion addressable market. Our two primary markets are the spinal fusion market. So again, like an orthopedic spinal surgeon is going to use our products, and also for breast reconstruction. So when women have mastectomies, they have that tissue removed, they'll use our product as like a hammock or a sling to hold that implant in place and eventually remodel into the patient's own host tissue. That's about an $800 million market, U.S. We also use that product in diabetic foot ulcers. That's about a $1.2 billion market. So the markets are so large that even a small percentage would significantly make our revenues jump. We think the revenues are essentially going to double here, fairly quickly, and we have plans to triple sales, and we are well in that process of recruiting our surgeons and getting the approvals that we need.
My guest today is Guy Cook. He is the CEO of Lattice Biologics. Well, they trade on the TSX under the ticker symbol LVL.V. Launching new products. Can you tell us what you guys have in R&D and what you guys are coming out with and what you guys have been working on?
Yeah, so we have a new product for sportsmen for rotator cuff repair. So if you blow your rotator cuff, even with the best surgery and the best surgeons, the outcomes are not awesome, especially if you're older, which is what normally happens. If you're 55, 65, and you blow your rotator cuff, 50 to 70% of those surgeries aren't going to take. And so we've launched a new stem cell-based product that's meant to, make older people heal like younger people. And so that's what we're working on. So we're growing stem cells up in the lab, and then we harvest those growth factors and those proteins that basically call out your own stem cells and make them respond in a better way. And so we have a lot of growth factors that are loaded into that matrix. And so we're just now beginning to do those clinical studies, to show for rotator cuff repair. And so hopefully those will be coming out in the next few months. At least the early case studies. And then we have a couple new products. We have a couple new products for spine. We have a surface-treated cervical spacer that's used in spine. It's again meant to incorporate faster, make the patient heal better. But really, just in response to our surgeon requests, we have about 15 SAB members, in the spine market. And they advise us what sort of products they want, what sort of products they need. We're launching some specialty sizing and grafts, for our plastic surgeons and our spine surgeons. So we're really just, meeting the surgeon demand of what they want, and that's going to help us. It's going to help drive our products and our revenues very quickly.
You guys are in Scottsdale, Arizona. Is that correct?
We are.
And so you guys are not too far from the Mayo Clinic. Are you guys having any kind of penetration in their market?
We are. We're the larger hospital systems in Phoenix are Banner, Dignity, Honor Health, Mayo, Barrows Neurological Institute. So we have a pretty good penetration in all those different groups.
I want to talk about some metrics today. I was looking up your company a couple days ago, and I'm finding it very hard to find some metrics. So hopefully you'll give our listeners some metrics here. What is the float of your stock right now?
I think it's 17 million shares right now is the float, but the vast majority of the shares are held by senior management. So I think either management or management control represents 75 to 80% of all the stock.
Okay, and so your market cap is what? Is it 5 million? Is that what I read?
Yeah, I think it's right around 8 million right now. So we have with the restricted shares that are in place, and the reason for that is, again, inside management is tied up. That's part of the Canadian rules, is that basically our shares are held in escrow for a year and a half, and then they're released after that. So we don't even have the ability to sell those shares. So there's 51 million shares if you count those restricted shares.
And what is your stock price currently trading at?
It's at 19 cents right now.
19 cents. And that's on the TSX?
Correct.
Very, very good then. I just wanted to get some metrics out there. What can the investors that are looking to buy this stock, what can they see over the next 90 days to 120 days from your company?
Yeah, I think what you'll see is more approvals, more products being released. We'll increase throughput, and we'll start to make those announcements as they start to occur. More clinical data will be coming out, hopefully showing the efficacy of the products. And it's possible there may be some M&A activity that we would announce over the next 90 days as well.
My guest today is Guy Cook. He is the CEO of Lattice Biologics. They trade on the TSX. Their ticker symbol is LVL.V. In closing here, Guy, is there anything that you would like to get out to the listeners that you and I didn't get a chance to talk about?
Just that I think the company is extremely undervalued. We have a couple analyst reports showing that the projected share price over the next year is I think 93 cents, and another one at 75 cents. And so we think there's an excellent opportunity for investors to participate with the company as we grow.
I really do appreciate you coming on the show today. We're going to be checking back with you in a couple of months, and the best of wishes to you.
Thank you, Everett. Thanks for the time.